Good evening, everyone. This is Lady Scarlet, and my daughter is a Scorpio, so she said, "Mom, you got to do Scorpio." So I'm doing Scorpio tonight. I'm going to do the water signs. So the water signs will be coming up. A lot of people think Scorpio's fire because they are pretty fiery. My daughter's a Scorpio. I've got a really good friend. Also very intuitive. Very, very good. For one of the best tarot readers I know is a Scorpio. Known her for a long time. She's the one I mentioned in one of my reads that taught me an incredibly good spread that I use, the spread that you see that I've been using for, I know, over 15 years, because her and I have known each other for something like 18 years. So, um, and I, so I'm going to use the Night Veil deck because this Night Veil deck has been just reading really, really well for the last month for me, and I don't know, I just feel like the Scorpios might enjoy this. So if anybody listens, I love that podcast. It's really ridiculous science fiction, fun, hilarious. So let's see what's going on. I know that people have been, you're a water sign, so people have been incredibly emotional and in their head. There's been people like walking up to me just like opening up and crying. I've had so many people crying this week, and I'm always honored when somebody is vulnerable with me like that. I'm a therapist, so I'm an empath, and I tend to kind of bring that out in people. Plus, they know they can trust me. But even people that I don't know that well were really emoting. I had some surprising kind of sessions, and some surprising people reach out and just emote. And so that's been happening a lot. We're kind of in some Cancer energy right now. So, but Scorpios are water, so you're going to be, affected emotionally. There's some deep, deep, deep emotion in the Scorpios. So, let's see what's going on. Again, I don't really read genders so much. So whenever you hear, me say the queen or the king or or feminine or masculine, it's just talking about, we all have masculine and feminine within us. And so that's what I'm referring to. And I do sometimes pick up on, E&M and polyamory type relationships. So, find what fits, what resonates for you, what fits in your life, because not everything is going to, it's a collective read. Not everything is going to fit you. I might be picking up on a specific energy that does happen sometimes in my read. And so I also scry. So if I get any images, I'll let you know what they are. And I'll pull some runes and an animal totem for you and some fairy dust cards towards the end of the read, just to kind of give some guidance from our spirit. Ooh, I got a book. But I'm going to go for these two that fell out. And so there's been a lot of interesting energy in this beginning part of February, and we've got, Valentine's Day in really just a few days. So, it's the season of love, so you might be feeling that more romantic side, or, as one of, somebody said to me today, I kind of feel like I'm playing with my food, so you might be kind of in a playful mood with your love interests or romantic interests right now. We got some bonus cards for this base, so I'll put them over here on the side, and we'll clarify those as well. On the bottom, you've got the Knight of Wands in reverse. So, I just get this feeling of really being in your head and thinking about your next move. Scorpios are chess players, right? They are chess players. But ain't no checker players up in the Scorpios. So underneath that is the Hierophant. You're going kind of back to that core self, that core Scorpio self. That's really what I get from that. You might be learning something like this weekend. You might be taking a deep dive into something that you're interested in, picking up that with that Hierophant card. Thinking about all these options, right? Lovers is upside down, so you might be like, I don't want to play around with people right now. I'm going to invest in me this weekend. Which is, I feel like it's always a good move to invest in yourself. So good for you if that's your weekend. Five of Pentacles, maybe you're just like, what, I'm not feeling like spending the money this weekend. Because believe it or not, people people have their feelings about Scorpio, but Scorpio can be pretty practical with their money. I certainly know that my friend that I've had for a long time is very practical with her money. She's like a earth sign that way. It wouldn't surprise me if she's got an earth sign or several in her chart. So so at the base, we've got an Ace of Wands going on right now. I get this sense that some of you are intuitive. I mean, I certainly know that my friend is. My daughter is. And my friend will tell you when I was pregnant with my daughter, my third eye and crown chakra were wide open. I knew that my daughter was going to be some kind of channeler or some kind of person that could use divination, right? And she is. She's very intuitive and perceptive. She is an empath. And so I get the sense that you're just manifesting, this is what I want, and you all will wait and plan. You have the long view, right? That's why you're chess players, right? And I'm saying that figuratively, although some of you might be very fine chess players. But figuratively, you take the long view. You plan your moves carefully. That's why people get confused by Scorpio, because they don't know what move you're going to take next, because you are strategic. So in your home spot, remember, this is current or near past, and remember, everybody's on a different timeline, so some of these things could have already happened, or maybe things haven't happened for you yet. Everybody's on a different timeline. So Page of Cups upside down in your home spot, I'm going to clarify that, because I'm kind of almost feeling like this means that maybe you felt like you haven't been paying enough attention at home, and so you kind of want to pay some attention at home. You're not really wanting offers to go out and do things. You're not feeling real social this weekend. Maybe you're gearing up for Valentine's Day. I'm not sure. Some of that might be the case. We'll clarify that. You have Judgment upside down. There is something you're weighing, and again, you're strategic, right? You're strategic. So you're weighing what decision you're going to make next before you make a final offer or decision about something big, and we'll get there. Eight of Pentacles. Yep, you are digging into something. You research well. Okay, you are real good. If you think, okay, so just for instance, if Scorpio thinks that their lover is cheating on them, they will investigate. They will spy. They will have a network of people figuring that out. You don't want to do wrong to a Scorpio, because they will have all of the pieces in place before they checkmate. Okay. So you're researching something that could be, as I said, there was a Hierophant. I think that you're really learning something that it has some intensity or importance to you. So and I get the sense that, like, you're furiously on your laptop or your device researching something, and it has to do kind of with, possibly, some of you could be spying on somebody, and again, I'm going to clarify, so we'll figure that out. Knight of Pentacles, slow moving, but you know what I get off of this is you're strategically planning something about your finances. That's a slow moving card. So again, strategically planning. I feel like this is very future based, and this might have something to do with this, because these are near future-ish cards that connect to the outcome, and this one is a current or recent past that connects, to the near future and then to the outcome. Okay, that's kind of how I read. It kind of goes in this fashion, right, in this direction. So Four of Wands. So I feel like you've been pushing it hard. You're a little burned out. You're not really ready for celebrations or anything big. You might have even told, if you have a lover or partners, I don't really want to do anything big for Valentine's Day. Maybe we just stay home and cook a nice dinner together and watch a show or a movie or play games or something like that, right? You're not really feeling celebratory. You really want to hold on to those resources. And over here, the cards that fell too, Four of Swords. So you're resting and planning. Kind of. I almost get like in my head a little bit, thinking about all these options, thinking about offers. Some of you might even, I've just picked up, some of you might be looking at different jobs with, you got a Six of Pentacles, better offers. Maybe there's a friend connection or some kind of business connection that you have that's like, hey, I've got this idea. And you're really weighing it because it seems, pretty promising. Okay. So again, we'll clarify. I really, I know a vast amount of Scorpios that are into supernatural, so I'm just feeling the supernatural cards as clarifiers. So let's start clarifying. Let's find out what this Ace of Wands is here for. So let's thank you, spirit guides, ancestors, and angels. Want to clarify this base read for my Scorpios. That got that mysteriousness going. Makes you all really appealing, magnetic in a lot of ways, right? So let's clarify this Ace of Wands. That was a book. Let's see. I'm going to look at them, but I'm going to do that again because that was like 10 cards. We don't want 10 cards to clarify one. It's a little much, right? So let's clarify this Ace of Wands for our Scorpios. supernatural cards could be a little bit sticky, and so there we go. And then it was perfect. They were like, see, I can do it. So you've got a Seven of Cups upside down. Um, you're getting real. You're not up in you're like, this is what I want, And so you have made some decision about something, not this over here quite yet, but a different decision where you're like, I'm not getting in my head about that one anymore. I'm going to focus on these other things coming up. You also have the Ten of Wands upside down, which you've let something go, some obligation, something that was burdening you and really like causing you maybe some sleepless nights or just getting in your head. And you're like, we're not playing with me. I'm done with that. Boom. I'm not letting anybody have that energy from me. So that's where that manifestation, maybe, if you are some kind of, you do spell work or some kind of something like that. Maybe you've even done like a cord cutting or a binding of somebody. Maybe somebody was messing with you. I get a little bit of magic from that wand, that there's really some, some of you I think are my magical unicorns. Can we get one more clarifier for that Ace of Wands? Well, it gave me a few, and that's fine. So Knight of Wands upside down, and we saw that at the bottom of the other deck. So yeah, you're like, I'm not thinking about them anymore. You felt like you weren't in your power. You've got an Empress upside down. And then if I needed to be any more clear about it, you've broken free. This is the Eight of Swords. The blindfold is off. You're like, I see what you're doing, and nobody's going to mess with me, right? Nobody's messing. This is my chess game, right? This is my chess game. I'm taking it back. So then we've got the Page of Cups in reverse. So let's clarify that, because I really get a sense that you kind of wanted to spend time with loved ones this weekend. That's like really strong coming off of that. I need my peeps. I need some grounding. I need my family. I'm feeling like giving love to them. It's almost like you feel like giving love to, like, kids, grandkids, friends, more so really than your partner. And that might be for some of you who've been together for a really long time. You're like, we done did all that Valentine's stuff. we got some gift cards for each other, because I had this thing that I wanted, and he had this thing that I wanted, or she had this thing that she wanted. And, and so you're like, I really want to spend time with my loved ones, right? My circle, the people closest to me. Maybe doing some home cooked meals, or, making cookies, cakes, cupcakes, and things like that. I can just see you in the kitchen doing that right now. So let's clarify this Page of Cups in reverse and see what it gives us, because I could be wrong. You got to read the energy on the card and see what's up with that. I'm really getting like this kind of Ten of Cups kind of energy over in my scrying bowl. I feel like it's kind of already saying, yeah, you want to be around family and loved ones, and that's really your focus. Page of Bones. I mean, another, one of you might have a kid or a grandkid that's like the Page of Bone or Page of Swords is what that card is. Some kiddo that's just really spits the truth, right? Like, they hold no secrets. They tell you all the stuff. They'll tell you all the tea that's going on. There is a Nine of Cups at the bottom of the deck with that, and I just think, yeah, I mean, that's your wish fulfilled, is like happy family time. That's your base, your root. That's what grounds you. Let's see what else comes up there. Then also I just got an energy feeling of, my partner's been kind of acting immature, and I'm just not going to give them my energy right now. So some of you might be feeling that way, and that's why you're focusing on, maybe friends or loved ones around you. Like, I'm going to give them my energy because they're being a fool. Like, they're not giving me enough. They're not being honest enough, or they're playing around in some way. Woo, threw me some cards for that home spot. You've got the Five of Swords upside down. Yeah, you're like, I'm done with that conflict. I am not giving that my energy. You got the Sun card, and if you think about the Sun card in the Rider-Waite deck, for instance, one that a lot of us start out on, it's kind of like, all like you're in the sunshine. It's joy, and I think of family happiness when I see that card a lot. You also have the Five of Wands, which a lot of times the Five of Wands is more about kind of that internal struggle. than an external one. And so but really what I feel like is this part's behind you. You've been struggling with it. You kind of tried to make some things work, and you're like, I'm not getting what I want, so I'm backing off because again, you don't let people play games with you. You don't let people confuse you. I really want to clarify that. Judgment. I was looking at Judgment, and I got a book, but we'll take it. There's the Chariot upside down. Yeah, you don't want to move around this weekend. Three of Cups. So, I really feel like maybe there is a third party energy that somebody with a third party energy. Very well, if this is polyamory, maybe, or E&M, maybe this is, you're like, I kind of want to have more of my people around, or there's one that you're thinking of cutting off, okay? And so you haven't made that decision yet. You haven't really thought it through. You're like halfway through that chess game of, I made a strategic move and they maybe did something unexpected, or, just you're not getting the communication that you want or the intimacy that you want. So, and, you get partnership upside down. And I didn't even look at the card. It was in my hand. You've got Six of Cups upside down. You're like, they're not meant for me. That person's not meant for me because they're not bringing it to the table. Knight of Cups upside down. You rescinded an offer. You rescinded a cup of love. You're like, take it back. I don't want it because you're not giving me what I want. Done. Knight of Blades upside down. They weren't being honest with you, and you know it, because a lot of you do have very good intuition, and you are deep in your emotions right now, right? You're thinking about things. You're thinking about who to cut out that is not giving you what you want. Somebody with negative toxic energy, something like that. I'm picking that up. Maybe even a few people that have maybe some mental health. I was thinking addiction, and maybe there's a few of you with that this person has some addiction issues and you're done with it. But I'm also thinking like, they just have some bad habits, or, they're flaky or something like that. And so then the King of Pentagrams upside down. There's a lot of people around you not doing what they need to do for you. And you've been given. I feel that you've been giving. You've been working hard. You've been taking care of people, and they are not returning. They are not returning that energy to you. And you're like, I'm not going to do that. You were in your head. You were thinking about it. This is near future. So this is what you're going to do. The Hanged Man, you're not in suspension about it anymore. You are going to make a judgment. And so, I think Judgment is upside down because for some of you, I'm picking up a lot of maybe polyamory situations, or, maybe third party, situations. There might be some people that are in, extra marital or in committed partnerships that are maybe involved in some relationships that they're like, what, that's getting too risky or something like that, and so you're going to cut it off. Also, maybe the person that you are with is in a third party relationship, and you're like, I really like to be the star of the show, and this just ain't working for me. So there's a lot of energy there, and so I'm picking up a lot of different feelings about that. So let's clarify this Eight of Pentacles, because that's also a card about balance, but it's also a card about gaining the skills needed. It's study, it's work, So you like to be in balance. You don't like when your emotions are taken over. I mean, you don't mind being emotional for the right reasons, right? But you're not going to give that away because you're strategic, right? So let's clarify this Eight of Pentacles for the Scorpios. Thank you, Spirit Guides, Ancestors, and Angels. Can we clarify for our Scorpios, please? Clarify for the Scorpios. Ooh, one of those wanted to pop out. They'll come back. They always come back around when they want to pop out. I don't pick the cards. Somewhere out there in the universe does, right? I'm getting up some energy of some cuspers, some Libra, Scorpio cuspers, where you might be in a relationship that's, where that person, you feel like they're playing you, and you're not playing the game, and you don't like to not be the master of the game. Libras don't really want conflict, but they will definitely go there, right? They lie in wait, ready for that stinger to come out. And I think that you're there. A lot of you, you're studying what is my best plan to remove myself from this toxic situation. So if you're a cusper, Libra cusper, that might be some energy for you. If you're on the other side, Scorpio Sag, which is my daughter, um, she's going to come in a little bit quicker. She's not going to wait as long for to bring in that stinger in a situation. She's real good about setting boundaries. And so you might be more like that, or you might be like Sagittarius will just, they're the people that will just go away. They kind of are on their own island. They're like, that's not serving me. I'm gonna go to Paris. That's kind of their energy. So I get a sense this is not about taking a risk. This is you feel like you might be the fool in a situation, and so you are investigating to see what is up. Queen of Cups upside down. You're ready to rescind the offer. That's what I get from that. You're ready to take back that cup of love. Nope, you don't get it. Right? Page of Pentagrams. They ain't enough. They ain't enough for you, and you have figured it out. And you don't play that game. You have other things coming towards you. It wouldn't surprise me later when I do my personal deck, if the Beyonce Irreplaceable card, drop them keys. I can have another you by tomorrow. I mean, that's the energy that I get from that. Is, look, I don't need you. I have other admirers, and I don't have time for that foolishness, right? Queen of Wands upside down. You are not playing games. That's what I get from that, right? Queen of Wands will play with her food, as my friend said earlier. They'll play with their food. You're not playing with that food anymore. You're like, I need a new plate. You sent that back to the kitchen. I need a new plate, right? This person wasn't being honest. You have the King of Swords in reverse. They were not being honest with you, and you felt it, and so you started figuring it out. Ten of Pentacles upside down. Look, they could have had it all with you. They could have, but they did not bring it all to the table. They did not bring it, and you have figured it out. Here's that Knight of Pentacles. Let's clarify that one. Thank you, Spirit Guides, Ancestors, and Angels. Will you please clarify for my Scorpios, please? Ooh. On the bottom, we've got the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. So you already did your research, some of you. Some of you have moved past this. You've already done it. And you're like, I don't need to anymore. I got all I need. I have all the ammunition I need, right? So you've got a Two of Pentacles. So you are thinking about how to, some of you may have actually split a relationship where there were shared finances, and you're saving up to get out. You're balancing your money. Strategic again, right? You won't leave with nothing in the bank, okay? You will not do that. Big change. That's a Death card. Right side up. New love. See what I say? I got another you by tomorrow. You're not playing around. You are done with at least one person. You're done. So, and I feel for some of you, it might be more than one. It might be a group of people, and for some of you, it might be maybe a friend circle that you've said, you know what, y'all are backstabbing bitches. I'm done. I ain't playing with you. I need people that are solid, right? You're not bringing enough to the table for me. I am done with this. So there's some of that energy there too as well. I want to read this Four of Wands and the outcome. Four of Wands reversed. Thank you, Angel, Spirit Guides, and Ancestors. Can we clarify this Four of Wands, please? What did I say? Look, that Eight of Pentacles came back in reverse. You're done with your study. You're on to something else now. You're studying something else. That might be why you're hanging out at home, because you are researching. Now, some of you, it's like, I'm not celebrating, but you're out looking. You're out, and I mean, not spy. I don't want to say spying, okay? But you are gaining knowledge. Let's say it that way. It's less shady than spying, okay? It's gaining knowledge. The Nine of Pentacles in reverse. So, and again, you're saving money. You're saving money because your pentacles are not where you want them to be right now. And you need to have that stable base. Yeah. So, Page of Swords. There is some information coming to you. That's what I get from that. Nine of Swords. I get that you are worried about your stability from this whole little section, and I will clarify that, but that's what I'm feeling from that, is you're worried about your stability and your future. I mean, this is the future position, so you're worried about your future, and you're making some plans, and so you are a little stressed about that. I wouldn't say that you're like not sleeping well about it, because you're planning, and so you might be not sleeping because you're researching how to do something you know, like an expert. So, and you know, and some of you might have a job related to money, and so you're focused on your work right now. I did just pick that up a little bit. Some of you work with money in some way, and you're focused on that. You're not focused on love relationships. You're cutting them all out. All the players, they're cut out. Bam, checkmate, right? I really got that from this. This is checkmate for you. This is about me now, focused on me. Four of Swords, I'm going to clarify that one over here on the side. That came out as bonus to our spread. Look at that. Four of Pentacles, you are being miserly with your money. You know, and also two fours together can sometimes mean like a stalemate. And so you're just, I got to sitting pretty. You're sitting pretty, holding on to your pentacles. You're saving up, ready for that next strategic move. You're just, you're just saving your energy right now. Saving your energy. I picked up that some of you might be getting promoted at work. I just felt that real strong. Some of you might be getting promoted. And so you're thinking about, you know, maybe researching about that position. And so you're kind of just resting up, ready for your obligations and responsibilities to get more. And I feel some job changes and things like that. Or even, I know we didn't get trouble. Well, we had that Chariot, but it was in reverse. Some of you are thinking about, man, I'm going to have to relocate to get this, and maybe I don't want to do that. And so, again, strategic, right? So I want another couple of cards on this Four of Swords. Well, we got one anyway. Oh, look at Four of Swords. So maybe it doesn't want to give another one for that. So let's clarify this Six of Pentacles. Universe is like, I already told you what's up there. So you don't need no more cards, Scarlet. So Six of Pentacles. Let's clarify the Six of Pentacles. All right. So Seven of Pentacles, right? You're planting seeds. You're planting seeds, making plans. And this is very money related. And maybe somebody has asked you for money, and you're figuring out if that investment is worth it. Like somebody's asked you to go in on a business or a house or something, and you're seeing if that is going to be, you know, worth it for you to do that investment. Queen of Swords. Yeah, you're Queen of Swords. You're really, you know, that's the calculating card. So you're calculating. You're thinking about, is this investment worth it? And what your risk would be. You have the world upside down, so you're worried about it doing this. Okay, this is not you having the world upside down right now. This is you thinking, could this turn out very, very bad for me, right? You are thinking about risk, calculating, right? So I really want to clarify with my personal deck, because a lot of times we get some different kind of energies from that, and so I'll put some cards on this one where you didn't feel like you were really in your energy. Thank you, Spirit Guides, Ancestors, and Angels. Can we please clarify this current or recent past position? There's some of them are really wanting to pop out. This deck has been kind of doing this to me today, where they really want to pop out, and then I see them, and then they're the ones that pop out. So thank you, Spirit Guides, Angels, and Ancestors. Can we please get some clarifiers for our Scorpios? Whew, see, they're really wanting to... no, run the other direction. But you already know that. You already know. A lot of you. Some of you might be coming to that realization, or you have this sneaky suspicion. And so you might be not quite to this yet, where some people are maybe over here or even right here, or all at the same time, right? It could also be this is happening all at the same time, and so you feel chaotic, so you're resting. You're resting your energy so you can gain that personal power. Look at the bottom. Scorpio, water signs. And underneath that, create your own path. So, you know, that's spirit saying, you know, maybe it's time for you to create your own path, right? Let's get another oh, thank you. That was fast. Oops, I'm turning over some of the other cards there. Let's fix those. So, so we got someone spying, probably you. And I remember we're gaining insight, gaining knowledge, right? You may have already done that. Scorpio energy again. Could we get any more clear in this read? So I'll read. It's the Topaz card. Okay. Positivity, warmth, growth, calmness, wealth and abundance, passion and purpose, personal power. What did I say? You didn't feel like you were in your personal power. So you are manifesting that. Ambition, resolution, overcoming obstacles, clarity. Those are all, I just feel like, ooh, you got good energy right now. You got really good energy. Um, so let's clarify the home spot. You know, there was a lot of different energies coming from the home spot. So let's clarify that for our Scorpios, please. Thank you, angels, spirit guides, and ancestors. Clarify this home position for my Scorpios. Ooh, I got a book, but you know, and this one came out, and we're gonna take it. Um, this is the Surface Pressure Encanto, the drip, drip, drip song. And it says obstacles, burdens, family legacy. So I really do feel like that you're hanging out with family. No is a complete sentence. Your boundaries are real strong with some people right now. Also, for you intuitive people, listen to your intuition. It's time to move forward. Let go. Someone from your past may have a message for you. Soul guides, spirit guides, angels, ancestors. This is the Hello from the Other Side by Adele card. Um, Soul connection, but that's for you. That is not about a soul connection. This is about you reconnecting to your soul. And your soul is found in the love in like kids, grandkids, best friends, you know, sisters. Like, you know, I wouldn't surprise me if my friend kind of called me and said, I talked to my sister, right? Would not surprise me at all, you know. And so it's also 46 and 2 by Tool. This is about a personal evolution revolution. One thing a Scorpio can do well is say, this isn't serving me. Let me revamp. Let me revamp. Let me reinvent myself. It's about transformation. You know, that card is kind of about the Jungian theory of shadow work. So, and the evolution of humans into, instead of the 46 chromosomes, it's 46 and 2, right? That's what that song is about. It's about personal evolution, revolution. Um, you have been wondering about if someone is your twin flame or not. And you know what they say, it's a chaser and a runner. It's that repelling magnetic force, right? That goes back and forth. And so maybe you've been dealing with somebody like that and you're like, I can't do that right now. I really need to get back into my personal power. Soul's destiny, the soul star chakra. This is the eighth chakra, so it's above your crown, right? And this is about you needing some more equality, that divine love, that universal love. Could be about your karmic blueprint. You know, we just talked about twin flames, so maybe there's some karma situations happening. And this is also about spiritual wisdom, and that's really what's standing out to me the most is some soul healing. Okay, some soul healing. You got the emerald. That's the heart chakra, love and money, compassion, care. Remember I said you were really focusing on, you know, career and stuff, truth and perspective. There's some Taurus energy to that. So if you're dealing with a Taurus, maybe Virgo energy as well, this, which is the sapphire card. So wisdom, faithfulness, guard against evil, loyalty, serenity, resistant to corruption. So you're getting rid of some negative attachments and energies, warding off um, pain, natural energy in the mind and body. Okay, so you are really digging deep, especially those of you that have intuitive power, and I know a lot of you probably do, and maybe some of you are also readers. You are really getting balanced because that's what you need, and you know that you can't connect to spirit the same way if you aren't balanced, and so you're really getting back in that. And the bottom card, and I love this because this does remind me of my friend. It says, I do not demand, I command attention. Okay, and I really feel like that's for you, so I'm showing it to you in this near future position where we have the Hanged Man in reverse up here. This is really that cutting of ties. Like the decisions are made. You know, some of you are moving towards that where you're about to do a lot of cutting cords, right? So let's clarify that just a little bit more and see what it says. Um, a love song without the love. This is Be Good by Waxahachie card, so it's best friend energy. So somebody maybe was, you know, kind of keeping you on the line, but you weren't quite getting to the lover position. So it was like, okay, look, mm, I can't be on the line with you if I have these kind of emotions towards you. Um, so emotional risk gone wrong. There might be some shame and regret for some. There's some Leo energy there. There's a paradox card, playful. It's the study stone. Remember, you've been studying, you've been gaining information. Focus, wash away feelings of possessiveness, commitment to task at hand, keep sight of important things, right? Keep your goals in mind, right? The eye on the prize. This is the Quiet Riot Bang Your Head card. Frustrated, outdated. You're like, mm-mm. They're outdated. They're in the past, right? So it's, it's a call to do something different. I'm going to change what I'm doing. Your intuition is correct. Listen, right? Listen. Maybe, if you're somebody who works with chakras, you might need to do some chakra work, right? So let's clarify this one. With that Ten of Pentacles in reverse, somebody being dishonest. Let's clarify that one a little bit, and the one where you have done made up your mind. You ain't having it. Let's clarify that. Thank you, spirit guides, ancestors, and angels. Ooh, we got some. So this is a karmic connection partner lesson. I get a feeling from some of you that this is somebody you've been going back and forth with for a long time. Now, I did get earth signs there, so Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. But this is also about grounding and stability, so very well some of you could be working on grounding and stability, or you could be dealing with a Turgo. Hey, that works, right? Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. That person... I miss you. Now, some of you might be missing them too, but you'd probably not admit it. But they miss you, for sure. I definitely get energy from the other side as missing you. I'm getting like a blue car in the scrying right now. There's a blue car, kind of a lightish blue. And it feels very boxy. Like maybe like, like those boxy Volvos or something boxy and blue. Okay? A journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step, and you took it. You took that step. So here's some Cancer energy. So you're definitely feeling some Cancer energy. You also could be dealing with a Cancer. This is the Moonstone card. So creativity, intuition, feminine energy, like divine feminine, right? Balance of emotions, restoration, motherly protection, new beginnings, inner wisdom. So, this is about restoring your divine feminine for a lot of you. Okay, maybe not all of you. Some of it you might be in your feelings, but a lot of you are being more creative. You might be crafting, you might be making things, baking, those kinds of things, and you're turning into that inner wisdom. You're like, I know myself, I know what I need and what I want. You have the sacral chakra. So some of you might be doing chakra work, or some of you might be having some sexy time, but this is also about creative expression. Our sacral chakra is where our creativity lies, and I really feel like for a lot of you, you're being very creative. Some of you might be having some low back pain, okay? If you're having some low back pain, that is a sign to do some sacral chakra work. Orange is associated, okay? So if you're seeing some orange, or you're working with orange a lot, also, you're kind of in the season of, Halloween, and so orange is associated, right? You can also be being a little bit too rigid. You might have some fear or some anger or feel low energy, and that's why you're resting. So there's a lot of things that come from that, but here, I think about you often. At times I can't sleep. Libra energy, so that's the opal. So, and if any of you this is loyalty, confidence. So what I got from that is you feel like somebody was disloyal to you and messed with your happiness, messed with your, with your balance and harmony. And so this is relief from anxiety, positive, good luck, that kind of energy from the Libra card. Libra is also about balance. You could be dealing with a Libra as well. Opals might be important to you. So if they're important to you, I would say that you might need moonstones also around this time. That might be helpful if you're working on intuitive stuff. A lot of you probably know that, but just in case you don't, I'm letting you know. Let's read about this, this Cup-O Love and the big change. Thank you, spirit guides, ancestors, and angels. Can we please clarify for our Scorpios? So we got the... so it's the Gangnam Style side card. So it's high society. It says, so I'm going to read you what's on the card. Don't be a hypocrite. Quit judging. There's some satire with this. It is kind of a little bit of making fun of high society a little bit. So it could be somebody thinking too highly of themselves or status. It's also a call to just change your priorities, which you did. Okay, you've done this or you're about to. Can we clarify a little bit more on that section for our Scorpios, please? Thank you. That one. Validation. You've had some validation from the universe. If you need any more, I'm going to validate you right now. Change can be good for us even if it's uncomfortable, but you like reinventing yourself. That's something that you enjoy. I got a bunch, but I'm going to read them. So yellow, this is the third chakra, solar plexus. That's about personal power, okay? That's about your energy powerhouse. Self-esteem, heal from the past, take control, right? Fire, sun power, intellect, new beginnings. Birth and rebirth, this is that phoenix, right? Um, the amethyst, so this is Aquarius energy. Relieve stress and anxiety, purification, connection to spirit, serenity, understanding, trust, grace. Black onyx, so that's about grounding. Some of you might be doing some grounding work. Shield against negative energy. I really feel like some of you, there might be somebody that's throwing some negative energy at you spiritually, energetically, and you maybe need to do a little bit of protection for yourself in whatever way is right for you. Some people use, crystals. Some people do spell work. Some people pray, so turquoise, Sagittarius energy, so you might be dealing with the Sagittarius. So this is about cleansing, calm energy. So turquoise might be important, right? Calms the soul, healing, throat chakra is associated. Connect to your breath. So some meditation, some deep breath work. Clears anxiety and mood swings. Rebalance physical body. Truth seeker, feng shui. This is wealth and energy, okay? I attract that which I deserve from the universe. So this is a karma card. So for some of you, this is you saying, somebody has thrown some negative energy and I'm going to boomerang it back to them because no, thank you. I don't need your negative attachments and negative stuff that you're hurling at me, right? So let's clarify this outcome. Down here where we had the Four of Wands in reverse. And you're done investigating some situations and you're ready to move forward in the outcome. Let's clarify for our Scorpio folks. Connect to spirit. That's what I don't even know that I need to put another card down. That is what you are working on right now, is getting back to you, but also that reinvention, that phoenix, right? Something happened, you're done with it. You're ready for a new beginning. Some of you it is more work related, and some of you it's about some difficult relationships and you're ready to I feel like you're ready to cut off many people, not just one. But there might be one significant one, and then there's a group of people, or some of you it's a group of people, and for some of you it could be associated with a job, because there's a lot of pinnacle situations in here where you're kind of being, as we say with the Four of Pentacles, you're being miserly with your money, but you're holding it close. You're holding it close. And you're also holding your energy close and not sharing it and not expending it on people that you feel like don't deserve that from you, right? Give me one more card for this outcome just to make sure we get the advice from the universe. That one really wants to pop out. All right. So, Gemini energy, Pearl. It also says Venus up here, and there's some Libra energy attached to it. So, I've seen Libra in here a few times. This is about finding love. It's good luck, happiness, positivity, passion, stability in a troubled relationship, charm. If any of you are involved in a legal situation, this is a legal luck. So, you might see people in courtroom wearing pearls. There's a reason for that, okay? Pearls are good luck for legal situations. Remove fickle-mindedness, right? Somebody is saying, I love you unconditionally. And I think for some of you, you're saying that to yourself. You know what? I love me too much to deal with all of this. So I need to protect myself and my soul and my stuff, right? Third eye chakra. Definitely some of you are intuitive and you are working on it. Indigo, the color indigo is associated. Imagination, concentration, of course, intuition, and pattern recognition. You noticed a pattern in someone, and so you might need to do some clearing of the third eye, right? There might be some blockages, and so you're really working on that. There's some Pisces energy associated with the third eye chakra as well. Okay, so this is Can't Feel My Face by The Weeknd, and too much of one thing, negative attachments. Stop now, ties to negative, obsessive stuff. You need to walk away. This could also be maybe you were dealing with somebody that had some addiction issues, and I did pick up on that a little bit, but it was more closer to maybe mental health issues. You've been dealing with somebody with some mental health issues, and you're really struggling with it, and so I feel like that connection is very strong, and you're like, I don't know what else I can do, right? So maybe there's some strategic planning still for some of you. There's still some strategic planning here, but for some of you, you have cut the tie because it's emotionally too strong of a tie. Okay. Let's clarify this Four of Swords over here with these cards, since we got two Four of Swords and they didn't want to give us more there. Let's see if we can get a little bit more here. Thank you, spirit guides, ancestors, and angels. Can we clarify the Four of Swords for our Scorpios, please? That one definitely. So Capricorn, this is garnet. Glowing fire brings fire and warmth, stirs up your inner chi. Regal, safe and tethered, emotional growth, strength and balance. I mean, that's an explanation of what we do in our Four of Swords situation anyway, right? And again, I don't know that that needs to be clarified anymore. Let's get one on this world upside down here. Can we clarify that for the Scorpios, please? Multivite tried to jump out, so we'll see if it does that. Ooh, it's a book. Let me shuffle those just a little bit and get them. Let's clarify for our Scorpios, please. Scorpios, thank you, angels, spirit guides, and ancestors. Let's clarify this world in reverse, please. Ooh. Okay. No more hiding. Divine purpose. You are looking for your true north. And so you know what I get from this world upside down is not you're worried about your world being upside down. You're worried about your world being shaken up. Okay. So you're thinking about divine purpose, being authentic, searching for what's best for you. This card says on it, I took the road less traveled by, and it has made all the difference. So it's like creating your own path, right? Doing the unstuck. Some of you that have been in your head, this is about getting out of that stuck place. This is, if you've been depressed or anxious, you're like, I'm going to get happy. I'm going to figure it out. You're going to burn the past, burn it down, let it go. Right. So some of you might be dealing with Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Again, there's that Libra popping up. That's popped up several times. But it also could mean that you're thinking, communicating, and doing, right? Don't Follow by Alice in Chains. Say goodbye, walk away from toxic energies, addictions, and obsessions. This is the do whatever to get me by card. He says that in the song. You might be scared about this situation, but also get that this is somebody near you. Somebody that maybe that don't hide from the problem, face it. Maybe like the energy that I get from this is you've really been trying to help someone and you worry about turning your world upside down and you are considering cutting ties because this person is lost and nothing you do works and they fight the help every time. And that's where I'm picking up that mental health situation. I get that it's pretty severe. Okay. I get really severe and it could be addictions. Here's that. I do not demand, I command respect and attention and admiration. So I think that's this person. They've been demanding things that you just are not willing to give anymore. You've placed some boundaries there and they are being crapped on and you don't like it. You got Blackbird by the Beatles, which is a call to action. It's a call to, so it's advocacy. So you know what I think about this, actually? I think it's attached to this. I think you need to find an advocate, or you need to maybe, I really get that some of you might need to be a guardian ad litem for someone that cannot take care of themselves. I'm getting that so deeply right now from this. The card, it's the Blackbird song by the Beatles, which is about social justice. So some of you might be advocates of some kind. You could be a lawyer that you're advocating, and definitely that is a legal situation, a guardian ad litem. It's also about social action. So some of you might be like social workers or people that advocate for other people or find resources for them. Maybe this person needs somebody that's really good at resources. This card says, with a broken wing, a bird can still sing, but may need healing before flying to freedom. That tells me that this person needs to be somewhere where they are able to heal. Okay. You got The Criminal by Fiona Apple. song. So it's somebody has really screwed up and they've got hell to pay. They've got some demons, y'all. Manipulation, miscommunications. What would an angel say? The devil wants to know, right? So they might be very manipulative and they might be able to really but again, you have placed some boundaries down and you are really trying to hold them because it does turn your world upside down, topsy-turvy, all over the place, right? So I got so this card I feel like is a suggestion, okay? It's hematite, protection from the negative, and it's also Aquarius and Aries energy. But this person might be in their survival instinct, and so maybe you need to do some hematite or some grounding and protection, okay? Some healing power. And it does, say help poor behaviors down here. I am afraid of the truth, but I'm afraid to be honest. I don't get that that's you, really. Or maybe some of you are afraid to be honest with someone because it causes a big thing every time. The truth really, really sets somebody off and is very triggering. In My Life by the Beatles, this person is highly connected to you in your past. It does say divine counterpart, so if it is a romantic relationship, you feel like this person's meant for you, and that maybe at one point it was a big healthy love, and you're having some acceptance of where it is now, okay? Nostalgia, right? You're really thinking about it, and this has some of that Six of Cups energy, right? A little bit of that. In My Life, by the Beatles, and that card is very much about all my friends and lovers from the past, but I'm with you, and you know you are the one in my life at this point, and you are my divine counterpart. That's basically what that song is about. It's a lot of Six of Cups energy, so that might have been a soulmate for you. Might have been a soul connection. For some of you, it might be a child, spouse, sister, brother. I mean, it could be anybody around you, but it's definitely a soul connection that you're dealing with, and that's why it's hard. But look, what's at the bottom of the deck? Don't stop believing by Journey, hope, movement. Okay, so it's really telling you to move forward. And the crown chakra is under that. Violet is associated. So it's intuition, transformation, some angelic energy and fire, gratitude, flexible thinking, spiritual connection. So, underneath that, and I'm going to say it because I really feel like this applies for some of you, to that person that's that soul connection. They have a scarred soul. Inner child work, shadow work. Maybe there's some trauma from their youth, and for some of you, maybe you have some trauma from your youth and you need to heal that, and that's why it's hard for you to break that connection, because you know what it's like to suffer and struggle. It says at the bottom of because this is a Sympathy for the Devil by the Rolling Stones card. You need to use your experience and wisdom, because the quote I have on the bottom is, what's confusing you is the nature of my game. Okay. And Scorpios don't like to be confused by people. They want to know their strategy. Okay. So I am going to pull 3 runes for you after I clear all these cards out of the way. Woo, you all are intuitives. I got some really strong... I almost feel like there's some Phoenix energy over in the scrying bowl. Like I can almost like fuzzy see, but I also see like maybe a raven. A raven might be important to some of you. I get maybe there's a piece of information you're missing. That's what I'm getting from that raven. There's a piece of information that you're missing that is really important for your strategy, for your plan. So, but it'll come to you. Remember, you had that Don't Stop Believing card. But definitely your intuition is kicking into high gear. You are working on it. You're doing some meditations or some divination or chakra work. I mean, there's something that you're doing to get back to your intuitive nature. That gut instinct too, that's really strong. I did get this sense of some of you have some legal situation. And I got that it's going to be really back and forth for a bit, but there is, if you don't stop mid-conquer, okay? I read that recently, and it's just been in my brain. If you roll that ball halfway up the hill, that boulder, if you let it go halfway uphill, then it's going to crush you and everybody in its path, right? Don't stop mid-conquer. Um, the journey can be a struggle sometimes, but when we are creating our own path, it definitely is, right? That bright, shiny path sometimes is too easy, and there's a reason for that. It's not the right path, you know? The greater, sometimes the harder we work for something, the more we manifest it, the more we work on it, the better the outcome is. So I'm going to pull three runes for you. Oh, you got the weird rune. I kind of always love pulling the weird rune. Bjork upside down. I get real strong energy that somebody might, I hate to even say the words, but I'm getting that somebody may have lost a child or be trying to get pregnant and having difficulty. And I just want to send you my love because I understand. I do. And I believe me when I say that I'm not going to elaborate on that, but I understand that difficulty, and I'm just sending all the love that I can towards you. Right. I'm getting teary-eyed. That's very strong. Um, if you're going through that, I'm so I don't want to say I'm sorry. That's not the right word. I have love and compassion for you. That's it. I'm sending it out to you right now. The weird rune is the Odin rune, okay? And this is about manifesting and stepping into your personal power very much. You might have heard of the weird sisters. I always bring that up when I get this rune. Um, those were magical people. They were, witches, basically. And so this is about that, right? And so closely akin to the idea expressed by the Sanskrit word karma, that we ourselves must accept the responsibility for our own actions, be they good or bad. And when this rune appears in your reading, you may be certain that something unexpected is going to come to you. Whether this is positive or negative depends on what you warrant by virtue of your past. There's no number and no pictographic symbol. So it's sometimes called a non-rune, okay? But a useful way to view it is that it's kind of a void, like in meditation, when you get to kind of that kind of nirvana experience, or you're somebody who is really good at meditating and getting into that void space. That's also kind of the space we get to when we're divining, is kind of a void space, because you're pulling in a lot of energy, right? So it can be a hole, a gateway, a portal to another dimension, everything and nothing, right? Which is interesting because we did supernatural. Remember, they would go to the void. So it's kind of everything and nothing all at once. You have, Bjork upside down, and then you have Awaz. And so let's dig into that a little bit. Bjork reverse will usually indicate family problems and domestic troubles. It shows much friction between you and those closest to you. So maybe you're really healing those. I really do get a healing energy there. You're healing those ties. It's not a portent of certain doom, okay? It's kind of a warning. Unless surrounded by truly negative runes. I just got, maybe somebody's worried about their children and you really want to do something protective. If you are a diviner, maybe you need to do some kind of protection for them. On its own, it does not point to a permanent split or irreconcilable differences. It can forecast an unfortunate family situation or foretell the receipt of worrisome news about a family member. Frequently, its presence signifies anxiety about someone close to you. When the question relates solely to business, it indicates that any venture contemplated now will fall through. So remember, we were talking about maybe there possibly being a venture towards business. It's not totally negative rune when reversed. It may merely be showing that through prudence, restraint, and timely action, those plans could be brought to fruit at a later time. So if you've been working on something like that, maybe now is not quite the right time. Remember I said there's some pieces of information that you're missing. I think that might apply here as well. Awaz is a rune of physical movement, physical shifts, or new dwelling places. Some of you may absolutely be moving. Maybe that's some of that family struggle as well, is you're having to move your family, or family situations are moving around, or maybe you're moving far away from your family and that's worrisome to you. You'll worry more about, your children or maybe friends that you're leaving behind. It can mean a journey by land, especially when paired with Bjork, which is right here. And so maybe your movement is delayed. I'm really getting that strong. Maybe you had to move and it's delayed. But it does stand for gradual development and steady progress, okay? Bjork also could be a family get-together. So maybe you had something planned and it fell through, and maybe you were traveling for that. So some of you may have had a family trip planned and it's falling through. Like, it just doesn't feel like it's coming together. And you're trying to kind of revamp the plan. And that tracks with your read as well that you had. So whatever your question, you're tackling the problem in the correct spirit and are close to success. So keep up your planning, okay? So those are the runes, and then I'm going to pull an animal totem for you, and then we'll do your fairy dust cards before we close out. So let's get an animal totem for Scorpio. Oh my gosh, that jumped out. Like, that's the one, y'all. It's the peacock. Symbolism, vision, wisdom, beauty, guardianship. What did I just feel like this is validation in so many ways. The many eyes and the peacock's tail feathers are associated with vision and wisdom. In Greek mythology, the bird was a symbol of the goddess Hera, who kept it in her temple as a many-eyed guard. Muslims of Java believe the peacock guards the gate to paradise. In Europe, peacock mythology has varied and depending on the culture may represent a bad omen or symbolize the soul. So there's the it's really pretty. So I'm going to show you, get it centered there so you can really look. It's a very pretty card to me. So um let's also get you a couple of fairy dust cards so we can find out what our fairies want to say. Can we get a couple of fairy dust cards for our Scorpios? Give them some of our lovely fairy energy. Thank you, spirit guides, angels, and ancestors. Let's get some fairy dust cards for our Scorpios. I may have to turn those over. They're not wanting to come out. Let's get some fairy dust cards for our... There they go. They wanted to be turned over. Okay, so rain. Rain, rain comes today. Let all your troubles wash away. So it's about cleansing the spirit, right? Creative. Remember I said some of you are getting creative. Life is a canvas for you to use. Paint all the colors of happy moods. So you love being in your creative spirit. Rose quartz crystal. Soothing and warm like love that flows. Once under your pillow, your magic grows. And turquoise. A turquoise crystal is color blue. Its healing magic works on you. And we did pull a turquoise in that read. And I always show the bottom fairy card. Portals. There was something about portals in your read. Where do we play? In nature. That's where the garden gate will take you there. That is very significant for someone. Someone is good at channeling or portaling. So that's a significant message to you that this might be a time you need to do that. Okay? Remember that raven? That there's significance there about portals, okay? So I want to say thank you to any returners. Thank you for all the subscribers, likes, any shares, any comments and feedback. I do appreciate it. And this is Lady Scarlet. I hope to see you all soon. Thank you.